popular Republican presidential candidate distances himself from religion. Vivek Ramaswamy calls for a renewed belief in God and country on the campaign trail, listing, quote, "God is real," end quote, as the first of his campaign's 10 fundamental truths, even as he fields repeated questions from conservative voters about his own Hindu faith. These interactions underscore Ramaswamy's unique background in the field and how voters on the trail have been receiving his message. The other Indian American in the race, former Governor Nikki Haley, was raised Sikh but converted to Christianity. In Hinduism, there are several gods and deities. Christians believe in one God and the teachings of Jesus. When Terrell Campbell, 57, from Fort Dodge, Iowa, asked what religion Ramaswamy believes in, he said, "I am Hindu, and I was raised Hindu. We raised our kids in the same traditions as well. I happen to be well versed in the Bible because I went to Christian high school, Xavier, in Cincinnati," end quote. Ramaswamy, who frequently invokes stories from the Bible on the campaign trail, has also drawn parallels between Hinduism and Christianity, saying religions like ours have stood the test of time. Having attended a Jesuit high school, Ramaswamy says he has read the Bible more closely than many of his Christian friends, a sentiment that some have praised him for.
So I'll be very honest, it's not a hard question at all. So in our faith tradition, Jesus Christ is a Son of God. I know that is different than saying he's the Son of God. But that is my view of Jesus Christ. He's got our family. Do we worship in churches? Yes, we do. Is that compatible with our faith? Yes, it is. One true God in many forms. So that's different, and I understand that.
That is different. The only way to heaven is through Jesus Christ.
I think that is the path. That is a path to heaven is the way we look at it. But belief in God is what we say. Yeah. Belief in the one true God. That's the way.
You know, I think he's on a path. He's on a journey, and good for him for sticking to what he was raised and what he believes, and there's more to the story. I appreciate his comment in the video. That was like when the guy says, you can only get that, but there's only way to get there is through Jesus, and he was saying, that's a way. There are multiple ways to do this. I've always thought of all of that like being at a well. We all come to the well from, just like this round table. You can't see the table. There's a round table in front of us, and the round table for me represents we are all here at the table from different angles, from different perspectives, but we're at the table. And I think what we bring to that table, as well as what this candidate is bringing to the discussion, is let's think a little bit differently here. And how do we broaden our horizon? And this is the land of the free, land of the brave. Land to believe the way you want to believe without being shamed or guilted. But it kind of goes back to, can we just respect people for who they are and what they bring to the table?
I have a little different perspective on that. What we just saw here with him and some anonymous person, the candidate and some anonymous person, having a theological discussion. And I'm actually on Vivek's side with this. He says our religions are tested. Actually, Christianity and Islam are both pretty young still in the world of religions. Baha'i is even younger. I mean, that doesn't mean they're not amazing, but Hinduism is the oldest religion on the planet, even older than Judaism, which is super old. And so it's a little, whatever. But also, they're having this amazing theological discussion, and Vivek is actually, I think, the wiser in the discussion, except who cares? I don't care what my president or governor or mayor or city council, I don't care what his theology is. Unless his theology is, God wants me to be mean to people and exclude people, well, then your theology is getting in the way of liberty and justice and freedom and so unless your God is telling you to be an asshole, I don't care what your theology is. So that he's right about God is universal and all-inclusive and even as a Hindu, I can respect Jesus, but other people with different ideas are still part of God and loved by God. I agree with all of that and don't give a shit about it from my president or governor or lieutenant governor or weed commissioner. I mean, whatever. So that level of theological discussion is part of a political process terrifies me.
And I think that this guy would be very comfortable at Sunshine Cathedral because he speaks a language that we speak in many ways. Never mind that he is a politician.
I don't think he likes gay people.
No, I don't think he likes gay people. And still, he talks about Jesus being one of God's children, not God's chosen child.
Yes, the gatekeeper.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
The
bouncer at the pearly
I'm
gates.
telling you, he also has his own 10 commandments.
Yeah.
I think that that's very deliberate that he put it in that way so that people would say, oh, well, you know, he's got tablets that he bought from the Mount also.
And your number one on your platform, your number is God is real. Okay. Oh, fine.
The universe is real.
Yeah.
I go,
Lyme disease is real. I mean, what?
And let's just
I hate that that's a political thing.
apparently, I've been telling people very often these days, and the sky is blue. Isn't that shocking? I'm sorry.
And if God is real, who is he playing to? He's a politician.
Yeah.
He is a politician.
He's a politician.
He is speaking to a specific group.
So he's going to speak to that specific group by naming and claiming that God is real. That's going to speak to somebody.
Yeah.
Somebody sitting there who says, oh, I'm with him because he speaks my language, regardless of his politics, but because of what they hear. He's a politician.
But he is speaking to people whose accusation against a Protestant for 8 years was that he was Muslim.
I was getting ready to take that walk. Yes.
Who he's trying to talk to are people who thought one of their biggest dings against someone is to identify him as a non-Christian, when in fact he was Christian. And point of further fact, who cares? My whole thing was, I wish he was a Muslim. Just because wouldn't that be groovy if we were the kind of country that would have a Muslim president? But he wasn't. He was a member of the Trinity United Church of Christ in Chicago. He was a Protestant. But so he's trying to tell those people that I'm a Hindu, but I love God. I love Jesus. My first thing is God is real. He's got a mountain to climb.
Yeah. Yeah.
Next up, we are excited to tell you about our adventure with our global fellowship. In 2024, we'll be going where the hills are alive as we explore Austria and Alpine Europe for Gay Oktoberfest. Space is extremely limited, so make sure to go to happeningout.travel/sunshine to reserve your space now.
Would you like to join the Queer God Squad on a special winter cruise in 2024? Well, now you can. You can visit Cozumel, Mexico, Grand Cayman, and Ocho Rios. And you can even add an open bar and Wi-Fi. Join us by going to happeningout.travel/sunshine.